But I didn't get to get all the catch up. Like I was still so far behind on him and Charles and all the stuff. So I don't know.
We are broadcasting to you from our hot air balloon.
We're about to go live.
Floating high above the tyranny of Tinseltown.
It's going live.
We're not in Tinseltown.
We live?
Just about.
All right, I'm gonna pop it on this scrizzing.
This is behind the scenes.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. We're about to get started here. So we'll kick back. We're gonna be on standby. Hopefully you guys can hear the music all right.
Well, don't play any of the music we're using. It seems like the beginning of a really epic fist fight between Captain Kirk and an alien. No?
I agree.
I'll second that.
You guys never watched the original Star Trek at all, did you?
I did not.
Just what I've seen in the last couple years. A handful of episodes.
Like the old episodes where he always got into fist fights with random aliens. And there was, of course, the really, really shitty one with the like reptile-looking alien that's obviously like a foam suit. And you can see a coffee cup set on one of the rocks in the background like someone forgot to clear it.
I definitely think we've all seen that.
Yeah, that blue. I feel that would be behind that.
I can get behind that.
When he's fighting the Godzilla-like thing. Poorly. Because he's Kirk. What's that do?
Clips.
Your clip.
I can cast it from right here. Oh, okay, never mind.
Face is a clip.
It's already casted it.
Ooh, so you're watching it. There's somebody else watching.
Oh no.
Ooh, we're being watched.
Isn't that why we do this?
Yeah.
What was I gonna do again? Oh yes, I need to get the drive. And I need to grab.
That's pretty good.
Clips.
You gotta try Adalbert's hibiscus saison.
Hero of the Civil Rights Movement, and to the best of my knowledge, NAFTA was not discussed by any.
Okay, got my clips ready. Okay, I'm just gonna record the auxiliary. Who gives a shite? All right, let me do a quick little test of everybody's microphone.
Check.
That's right. Check.
Check, 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 check,
All right, I think we got it here. Excellent. Delete. Get rid of this one. I need to have that on.
Enhance.
Wait, you need the typing in between.
All right. Fuck this. I'm going to have to juggle here.
Juggle what? Beers?
No, man, I got to put these.
We don't have a good internet connection.
Do you have any of the other nets?
It just says there's going to be some buffering. You got a wire? Yeah.
Oh. Is it going to reach?
I can spare a little bit.
Nobody walk that way.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
I burped.
Yeah, it'll do it to you. Kind of sneaks up on you.
I know, all of a sudden just burps.
Boom. Ethernet plugged in.
And they're always so warm. Touching my mic, man.
What the fuck, man?
Mm-hmm. Hey, yeah, it's Elise watching us. She says, hello, losers. Hi, losers, to be specific.
Losers.
She's the one
I think she's watching the wrong video.
So she's the one sitting around by herself watching three guys sitting around a desk. Who's the loser? Ooh, is audio on? Did you hear that total burn?
Let's give it about 26 seconds.
And she'll hear the
I
burn?
think that'll be the delay, yeah.
All right. You about to get burnt.
Do, do,
Get a nice pack ready.
All right.
Ooh.
Are we,
Some aloe vera.
are we ready to start the
Dr.
show?
Passion of the Burn Unit. Dr. Passion of the Burn Unit. What? We ready to start? Officially?
God bless.
Bless your little heart.
Keep that right there for
Are we product placement? Do you need to refill it before we set that up there?
Yeah, you're right.
And then product placement?
You're right.
If they can see it through the haze of smoke that just passed by the camera.
Just like getting learned with Ricky.
Good luck with Ricky.
God, I can't sing.
Fuck that song.
All right, here we go. You guys ready to start this show?
I've been sitting here getting sick of your attitude.
He's double checking his stuff there.
Okay, I'm trying to set our.
Actually, here, I'll hold on to that for a
I
second.
was gonna have it stand up here, sponsor style.
That's how I'll do it right here. Barbacorp. These guys, Abel from Abel from the Barbacorp hooked me up with some beard oil, and he's a listener of the show. He also
Says it's the best thing he's ever heard in his life.
he did. That's, I think he said that.
I remember him saying it was as soothing to him
I think he said
as his mother's voice was when he was in the womb.
He said it in Spanish too, which was very impressive. But he gave us this Saint beard oil, and this is I used it all week long so far, and it's got a beautiful, clean, like almost lemony kind of smell to it. And some of the ingredients.
We're not started yet.
I know. I'm practicing.
Fuck your practice, fool.
We are live. Oh shit!
Yeah.
I forgot what we are live though. Are we live?
We are live.
Only for
All right,
Elise.
stand
yeah,
by.
yeah. Only for Elisa's enjoyment. Her comeback. She said you would go there, Nick. I don't know.
She must have been burnt too bad to retaliate
I
properly.
guess so.
All right.
And then she's in the gym, so
How was she watching this?
sweating to emergency exit.
That's our compilation album.
Oh, we have 4 watching.
Hey,
Four?
hey, all YouTubers. You guys are checking out the Emergency Exit podcast. We are just in pre-show at the moment. We are about to get started. That being said, I think we are ready to get started, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's throw on that theme song.
Pre-show can still get you pregnant.
Whoa. Can it?
Sure can.
Am I wrong?
You are now listening to
Are we a horror show?
That right there, that's a passenger running along the tarmac. After jumping from the plane, the emergency exit.
emergency exit, bro. You feel you would be unable or unwilling to perform the duties listed on the safety card. Please ask a flight attendant.
Want to switch seats?
In the emergency exit.
But in the event of an emergency, your regular exit might not be the quickest or safest way out.
Here we go.
Hey, this emergency exit is painted on.
This is the way out. This is the way out.
That's right. Now is the time to open your mind. In our search for the unknown, who knows what we will find? This is Emergency Exit. I am your host, Los, and with me as always is Nick, reunited, and it feels so good, Ryder, and Brandon. Don't call me man bitch
Whoa.
Mitchell.
Hey,
That's
hey.
Man, bitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't call me like a man bitch, or don't call me
Don't
man,
call me man,
comma bitch.
bitch.
Well, man,
Yeah, how's that?
That's what you call a man bitch, is a Mitch.
Oh, okay.
Have you guys ever watched Desperate Husbands of Hollywood?
No.
Nope. that Kevin
I
James-
didn't know that was a thing.
Kevin Hart's show, really good. Highly
Don't
recommended,
call me
y'all.
man, bitch. I didn't realize that we had been doing that to poor Brandon. I had no idea.
Don't call
I
me
haven't
man
even
bitch.
been here and I've been calling him man, bitch.
Apparently,
I'm so
yeah.
sorry.
Obviously, this nickname is not sticking, so probably next week we'll have something different.
It has fallen directly off the wall. The spaghetti is not ready. It fell right off the wall. That's
This is episode 39. Today is
Still?
June 20th. We are, yeah, it's only episode 39. One more away from number 40 and 10 more away from the live show at Buzzmill. That's right. More about that later.
Yeah.
We are broadcasting to you from our hot air balloon floating high above the tyranny of Tinseltown, Texas. On this day in 1984, Samuel Morse patents the telegraph.
Beep, 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 beep. What the fuck did you just do, man?
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Edit point.
Also, in 1893, Lindsay Borden, she was acquitted of the 1892 axe murderers of her father and stepfather in Fall River, Massachusetts.
What's the thing about her?
It's that old thing when you were jumper open or maybe you're doing patty cake, it would go, Lindsay Borden took an axe, gave her mother 40 whacks.
That's right.
When her body hit the floor, she
gave her father 40 more.
That's right.
You know, do you ever think about how fucked up the things we recited as kids really were?
Yeah, dude. It is
like the Ring Around the Rosies is about the plague.
Yeah.
Turn your microphone around, first of all. You're speaking into the wrong side of it.
Oh.
You know, this actually reminds me of when I was growing up. You know, it would be about OJ, and it was to the tune of Lion Sleeps Tonight. It'd be like, in the kitchen, the mighty kitchen, OJ grabs a knife. Ooh, ah. In the bedroom, the mighty bedroom, OJ grabs and kills his wife. That's right. Ooh-wee. That's right. That's where that
Beautiful.
one, it kind of reminds me of that one. For
I didn't
sure.
hear that one. That one didn't make it to Beloit, Kansas.
It did.
No.
It must have been a West Coast thing. All right, let's see.
But there was something about Cinderella dressed in yellow and went upstairs and kissed a complete fucking stranger who was in her house for some reason. That seems a bit creepy. I mean, that's how we did. It was really hard to skip rope at that part.
Yeah. It's kind of
not a lot of rhythm to it, you know.
Yeah. You're skipping rope, and then all of a sudden you're like, wait.
Complete fucking stranger, oh shit! And then you fall over and skin your knee, and it's just a terrible time for all the kids involved.
All right, Locke. On this day in 1966, Sheila Scott completes one round the world solo flight by a woman. Sheila Scott. Shyla.
I think it's Sheila.
Sheila. S-H-E-I-L-A.
Sheila.
Isn't the I before
I
E?
before E.
Except after
except
C.
After C.
Unless it's
or making the
C-H.
sound of an A.
This day in 1949, Lionel Richie. He was born.
Hello.
American singer.
Member of the Commodores.
That's right.
I can see it in your eyes.
Penny
Father of that dirty whore Nicole.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, adopted father, not birth father. Sorry.
That's hot.
I didn't know that.
Let's see. He was born in Tuskegee.
Oh, God, did he have syphilis?
Why is that familiar?
I guess.
Well, he's either an airman or he has syphilis or both. I mean, those are the only two things you can get in Tuskegee.
All right, let's see. Also, in 1952, John Goodman. You guys might remember John Goodman.
We
He's
all
an
remember
actor.
John
I did not
Goodman.
watch my buddies die face down in the muck so that this fucking strumpet, this
Walter,
fucking
I don't
whore
see any
could waltz
connection with
around.
Is he talking about Nicole
Look at
Richie?
our current situation with that camel fucker in Iraq. Lady, I got buddies who died face down in the muck so that you and I can enjoy this family restaurant.
All right, I'm outie.
Fucking Nazis.
They were Nazis?
They were Nazis, dude?
Oh, come on, Donnie. They were threatening castration.
Uh-huh.
Are we going to split hairs?
Am I wrong? Well,
Oh, John Goodman.
he was born in St. Louis, Missouri.
Oh, St. Lomo.
So happy birthday to you guys, and on your special day, that's what was going on. Am I wrong about that?
Am I wrong?
Fucking right, I'm not wrong. All right, dude. Hey, so Nick has been away for
I have been away for a couple
man,
weeks.
and I'm so glad to see you back.
I'm glad to be back.
It just doesn't feel the same without him.
No,
although the show is better, it just doesn't feel the same. I'm just fucking with you. The show. He's
My
pissed.
mother says to the contrary. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So where were you, dude?
Well, you know, the first week, as you'd said, was that day wasn't specifically our anniversary, but that was the day we could celebrate it.
Okay, so
And
we celebrated your day that you celebrate.
Yes. And then the next morning, I also had to get ready for a flight because the next morning I flew back to Kansas for a week. So the second show I missed, I was in Kansas due to a wedding And
Who was
then,
getting married?
An old friend of mine, Sandy. Who
Hey, Sandy.
I've known since
Jump
birth,
off the
actually.
deep end.
How long?
Since birth. Like,
Oh,
I think
okay.
she is...
twin?
You guys were in
we're
the
within
same-
like a week of each other, same hospital and everything. So like we were born damn near the same time.
So obviously y'all's parents knew each other.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. So
right.
I mean,
Yes, your mom
we go
being
way
the-
back,
the-
and of
Okay.
course, Beloit's so small that we preschool through kindergarten all the way up till graduation, like same class and everything. So
wow.
and we still keep in touch. So
Okay.
definitely
Yeah.
needed to make that
Is
wedding.
she, a
And I
lis-
think
is she a listener?
I
She
told
bet-
her about it, so she should
better.
be now. I think I made enough new, assuming I didn't get too drunk at the wedding and turn them all off of it.
Would
but
you say that you love your friends?
I do
I'm
love my
so
friends.
happy I have you as my best friend, and I
love you
Lisa
so
so
much.
much.
And I love Lisa so much.
It was a good time. It was
Oh.
it was a good wedding. It was a good
Okay.
time. It was
What
good
else,
to be
man?
back home.
What else?
So this past weekend, I was playing in Gransbury, Texas.
I always thought they pronounced it Granbury. Granbury.
There's an S in it.
Well, then I learned that there's Grand Prairie,
Oh,
and that's the one they go Gransbury. Gransbury.
I don't know.
I thought it was like a cranberry. They go cranberry. Anyways, go ahead.
But it's Gransbury.
Gransbury.
Bury.
All
Bury.
right, I'm gonna go Bury on that
So
one.
I was driving back in the middle of the night after the show, and I'm coming down. I don't know if I was on 183 yet, or it was I think 201 or something that kind of turns into 183. Anyway, it was just northwest of Lampasas, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And I come around this turn in the highway, and there's this massive fucking pig standing in the middle of the road.
Giant fucking pig.
Giant fucking pig. So I swerve to miss it, and I no bullshit. As I swerve onto the shoulder, I go by it. I'm like eye level with this fucking thing. It had to be 4 or 5 feet tall, and I know pigs can get really big.
Really, dude? It was.
It was like eye level with me as I drove by the fucking thing in my car. So, and I know pigs get huge, especially wild ones, but they get big in all
around,
dimensions.
yeah.
This one wasn't. It was like really tall and skinny, like horse dimensions.
Was he
like
going through
long
puberty?
skinny leg. I don't know, but it had like skinny legs. It was really tall and thin, just like really fucking like maybe it was made out of silly putty and someone just stretched it out. It was really awkward. So I don't think it was an actual giant wild hog. I think that there's some fucking crazy pig beast that exists outside of northwest of Lampasas, Texas, and I almost hit it with my car. So that's. I'm just saying, there's a new cryptozoological creature out there because this was not a normal pig.
What would you call this pig?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Stretch McPig?
Yeah.
Squash pig.
No, opposite of squash.
Pig
like
squash.
Stretch arm pig. I don't know. Stretch pig strong. I don't know what to call
Stretch pig
it.
strong.
No, man. If we want to make this catch, we got to have a catchy name.
Well, all right, but
so
okay.
Let's think about the characteristics. What do we have? It's a pig.
It's definitely was a pig.
It's a spider
But
pig.
Maybe a spider pig. Maybe it was spider
And it
pig.
had long legs.
Long skinny legs and a thin body. Like it wasn't round. Like when pigs get huge, they get fat too. Like it's a full on girthy pig. This was not.
Okay, so it's just like, would you think of like a tube?
Or sort of like
what's the
like I would
shape
say.
of
I would
its
say
main
if
body?
you took a horse and shrunk it down.
Okay.
And then made it like pink and put a pig's head on it. Like it had the body of a horse, like a lean body with long legs. But it was like 4 or 5 feet tall.
Well, okay, the body.
So it definitely had the face of a pig?
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I drove right by it. It was like right on
I
the
know,
other side of my
I know what
window
it
as I
is.
drove by.
I know what it is. It's man bear pig.
Man bear pig.
It was man bear pig. No. Okay, so it had thin legs like a spider or like a horse. You said?
I think it very comparable to a horse.
Okay,
type
so we
shape.
got pig and horse.
Pig, horse.
What do we got here? That's it.
I mean, that
Pig,
was
horse.
it. It was like a pig, but the
A
body.
body of a horse with the face of a pig.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like some
God.
kind of fucked up centaur that was half horse, half pig, instead of half horse, half man.
You just blew my mind.
So
we have
that's-
the
Wow.
horse pig, dude.
A horse pig.
Ladies and gentlemen, the horse pig.
That's right. It's a thing that I drove by, and it freaked me the fuck out. So then another fun story about.
You must be kidding, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Was so. So then, but at the show that I was leaving when I saw Horse Pig, our bassist was talking about how Adam West had passed recently.
Yes.
Dear old Batman. And he said apparently he's a sex addict. He was having sex with like 8 different women a day. He just had to have sex all the time.
My man.
And so we're sitting there like, oh, okay, that's weird. And then Paulie, our good old postman Paulie, and all of his wonderful innocence.
Well.
Sits there and goes, well, I mean, he was Batman. Like, that's all the explanation you need, that Adam West was fucking tearing through 8 women a day. He was Batman.
Bro. Onomatopoeia.
He was I don't know. Polly, if I cracked me up with that one. He was Batman.
Definitely he was Batman.
That's not true, though.
Well,
I mean, he was Batman, but the 8 women a day, that was not true.
Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
We missed you dearly. It's fun that you have some, you've been away. You travel the country playing with the TJ Broskoff. I'm saying it right now. I used to say it wrong, Broskoff, but I'm saying Broskoff now because I'm saying it right. So,
yeah, right.
Shout out to you guys, country music. You guys got to check them out. In the meantime, before we get into what's going on in the show, I got a buddy named Abel. He lives in my apartment complex here, where we film the show high above the tyranny of Tinseltown, Texas.
The whole apartment complex is above?
Yeah, we're all above ground, okay?
It's like up on a larger scale because the whole complex?
With a hot air balloon.
It would take like as many regular balloons as there weren't up. It would take that many hot air balloons to float.
One big one.
The whole complex. Yeah. One really
really big one. You see when you go outside, you'll see it, man. It's pretty big.
I don't know how I missed that.
You should have seen it when you came.
You got to be looking for it.
I see.
I thought you took the ladder up. I don't know. Anyways, I got a buddy who hooked me up with some beard oil. He's a listener of the show. His name is Abel, and he actually makes beard oil, and he sells it, and it's available in your if you're in Austin, it's actually available in, I keep saying actually, it's available in Urban Outfitters.
Urban Outfitters?
Only the Austin location?
That's right. As far as I know, he's in Austin. He could be in other ones. I know that he mass produces those.
I didn't know if
and he's in Urban Outfitters.
I didn't know they did like local specifics.
What is their name? The Barba Corp. That's THE the.
Sounds
and
like
then we got BARBA, and this is beard oil. And Brandon, he put a little in before the show. What do you think, man? He's a short bearded man.
Yeah, it smells really nice. I will say that it's almost got like a little lemon. There's citrus in there, and I can definitely Is
it like that beer you guys had last week?
We did have lemon in last week. Not the
same
lemon.
The beer was citrusy with a
crisp
sweet citrus finish.
Could describe it like a woman.
It's true.
See, I listen to the show even when I'm not around.
My man.
Good.
Thank you, Nick. You're good. You're a good listener. You guys should be more like him, everybody.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We tell the people not listening.
I use this. I've been using it every day since I got it. And thank you, Abel. This stuff is great. You just take a little bit of it. You drip it into your palm. You rub it into your beer, and you style it up. This is great stuff.
Is it for styling or just for like conditioning and smell?
It's for conditioning and smell as well, but
it's not like mousse or something where you can use it to style.
It's not like that at all, and it's just oils. It's oils, and we got.
Are they essential?
Jojoba oil. You got
jojoba.
That's right. You got castor oil. Almond oil, grapeseed oil. There's vitamin E. You need your vitamin E,
you do
right?
need your vitamin E.
There's vanilla oil, vanilla, as Abel would say it. Cedarwood oil, peppermint. So I didn't get the peppermint too much in there, but there's definitely.
I was picking up on some minty.
You picked up on that?
A little bit.
Well, either way, Abel, thank you, man. Shout out to you. You're gonna get
Abel.
You're gonna get a nice little That's Right award.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
This week on the program, we've got the news.
Oh.
We're going to do the news. No idiot or idiot. I'm sorry, guys. But first, we are discussing conspiracies that have been proven to have existed. These are not your typical conspiracy theories. In fact, they are so much more than that. They started as
they're not theories anymore.
Yeah, they started off as theory, but over time, evidence has come out to back up these claims, and that these conspiracy theorists have been saying it all along. You guys are conspiracy theorists, and you guys were behind it. You're not conspiracy theorists anymore. Well, maybe one day we can put flat Earth onto this, but I fucking doubt it.
No.
That's right, you guys. The words conspiracy theory bring to mind a crazy idea. based on almost nothing. Anyone who spews this nonsense is obviously mentally unstable and therefore shouldn't be trusted.
Right, like that guy we interviewed about conspiracy theories. It's like you hear that, you just imagine Mel Gibson from the conspiracy theory movie, like this.
You just imagine
complete whack job.
So when
you hear about conspiracy theories and stuff,
we think they're crazy fuckers, right? And Dr. Michael Wood definitely told us, well, we all kind of think that way at times, you know. So you're probably crazy too. So over time, these facts are revealed. Maybe someone who was in some government cover-up on their deathbed wants to clear their conscience.
Deep throat,
exactly. Or classified documents that get released. However it comes to light, some of these crazy theories become crazy fact. So what events happened that were once considered conspiracy theory? And Brandon is going to get us started with this bad boy here. What do you say, buddy?
Let's do it, man.
Here we go.
So, that was loud.
That is in charge. That music is so present.
It lets you know it's there.
I feel
like
I just got assaulted in my ears.
In my ears.
My auditory senses. So, Project MK Ultra. This was started back in the early 50s by the CIA with a purpose to learn about the human mind and essentially how to control it through drugs, abuse, being both, or all three, mental, physical, and emotional. They later learned
a lot of abuse.
That after a person is subjected,
it's all the abuse.
Yeah, that's how they do it. The person is subjected to a substantial amount of abuse. A person's mind will attempt to protect itself. It would separate and create a new separate personality. This new alter ego could then be built by the handler to suit their own objectives. This was proven to be effective, and a person could be transported into this new ego with some sort of external stimuli, sound, color, certain phrases. This technique later became known as monarch programming. You guys familiar with that?
Yeah, like the butterfly.
Yeah, exactly.
Monarch butterfly. Yeah, and that's
starts his life as one thing and then transforms into another.
I mean, that's not specific to monarchs, though.
No. But that's what it's named after.
Okay.
Someone I'm sure that was into it, monarch butterflies, was like, oh, hey, guys. I mean, it's just a butterfly.
Yeah, and that Silence of the Lamb was just a moth. I mean, anyway, sorry.
Okay. Most of the research was outsourced to hospitals, prisons, and pharmaceutical companies, usually from a front company, in order to distance the CIA from the project as much as possible. Officials from these front companies would meet with the heads of prisons, hospitals, and promise them funding to conduct these research experiments. Many had no idea the scope of this entire operation. Project MK Ultra was first brought to light in 1975 by the Church Committee of the U.S. Congress.
Wait, there's a church committee in the Congress?
I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
Like church?
No,
or
no,
like
no.
that's someone's name?
Named after
Okay, all right. I was like, whoa. Hang on a fucking minute. All right.
Yeah, no,
sorry.
Wrong church.
Okay.
And a Gerald Ford commission to investigate the CIA activities within the United States. Essentially, it was an audit of the CIA and all their practices. CIA director at that time, Richard Helms, ordered all records of MK Ultra destroyed.
Boy, he really
in
helmed that movement, didn't he?
What a dick.
Get it, Helms? He helmed it? All right, sorry.
I was going for what a dick because his name is Richard.
Oh!
Yeah.
Man.
The church committee was still able to gather evidence through sworn testimony of direct participants and a small number of surviving documents. So they were able to piece together the puzzle. In 1977, a Freedom of Information Act uncovered about 20,000 pages of documents relating to MK Ultra.
Jesus. Yeah, and they all put them all out. Now we all know about them.
Mm-hmm. Look them up. The links will be posted.
Oh, we're going to post the links?
Yes, we are.
Excellent, dude. So yeah,
so we know this is a real thing, and there's stories that Britney Spears is an MK Ultra
part
agent.
I mean,
That's part
there's
of her,
theories that
super
a lot
breakdown.
of
don't get us wrong here. When we say that there's true conspiracies out there, conspiracy theories,
right?
It doesn't necessarily mean that Britney Spears is a
no.
All sleeping agent.
All of the tentacles that spring off of it necessarily are true. That's not what we're saying.
Yes.
But that's why I said the theory that she is one of these, because we know these exist. So now we get to have fun with so-and-so's a sleeper agent.
Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of them involving pop stars.
I'm sure. And because they travel the world all the time, and like they're constantly on the move, so they don't have to worry about explaining gaps in home life or something. Like, perfect cover. Chuck Barris, if you've ever seen... I can't think of the name. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. He was a game show host. He did the dating game, the Newlywed Game, and all that.
I can picture him.
And he supposedly was not a sleeper agent, but an actual hitman for the CIA. So he used like the honeymoon or the trips that people won on these shows, and he would chaperone. And that when you'd go and do his hits, while he was chaperoning this couple around the world. So like, I got really concerned when they won this wonderful vacation to like Eastern Europe. Like some shitty snow-covered Slovak.
We're here on business.
Yeah. So anyway, not necessarily sleep, but still, like, this shit does happen. For sure.
Just an example. I mean, we've got a few more to go by, but listen, they will do experiments. Not to mention, we've already put out an episode on the Tuskegee syphilis study, which a lot of people could say that started off as a conspiracy theory as well. They knew. I'm sure these
people knew about it and were talking about it decades before it finally
emerged as
became true. So those people were probably looked at as conspiracy theorists.
There's no doubt that your government right now, our government, your government,
not my government.
It's not ain't my government. But I tell you what, why don't you go back and do some research?
Go back to where you came from.
Anyways,
no doubt that they're doing stuff that we don't know about.
And they're probably doing it to this day.
By the time we know about it, they've moved so far beyond it, and it's old news to them, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I believe there's an American Dad episode about this. It turns out that his daughter is a
sleeping agent. Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
All right, Nick, you want to read the next one right here, buddy?
Let me do one.
All right, let me cue up the music here for you, buddy.
Give me some music.
All right, here you go.
Operation Fast and Furious. No, this is not the 9th installment in the shitty Vin Diesel movie series.
They are shitty, by the way. I've never seen one of them. I'm proud to say.
I've seen 2 of them. The very first one, back when it was an original concept, and then the 7th one, because one of my favorite martial artists
I
was
do
in
love
it.
The Rock, though.
The Rock's the man. Let's hope he's part of the story. Operation Fast and Furious was a series of sting operations where ATF, that's alcohol, tobacco, firearms,
and
explosives. In the E silent.
Well, it's so silent. It's not even on the page here. That's how silent it's.
No, I think it's one of those things. They don't talk about it, but that's something else they do.
All right. ATF agents in the Tucson and Phoenix area between 2006 and 2011 purposefully allowed licensed firearm dealers to sell weapons to illegal straw buyers. That's air quotes for you not watching the live stream. Now, a straw buyer is someone who purchases something for someone who cannot purchase said item, much like buying alcohol for underage kids.
Yeah, that's
right?
it. That's it.
To bring it down to a relatable level.
Yeah. Some would call you a hero for that, and others...
Right. Everybody under 21 would call you a hero. Everybody 21 and above would call you a straw buyer, because that's what I called all my friends who do. You straw buyer.
Here's the important thing. They're the future, and you're not.
Oh, nice. So, the ATF, which, as far as I'm concerned, means all the fucks, allowed firearm sales to these people who weren't allowed to get firearms intentionally, hoping to track the guns to Mexican drug cartel leaders and then arrest them. So it was sort of like putting a tracking device in a way.
Yeah,
like
I
they
see
didn't
what
necessarily have a tracking device, but they could track this one weapon. And if they did a big cartel bust and found one of these weapons, then they knew it came from this.
Yep. That it was
from
in
this
the loop.
Vin,
It was
this
in the system.
Vin Diesel operation. So this was done under a much larger operation labeled Project Gunrunner. Wow, you're really getting... That got really coded.
The code guy had the day off.
Yeah, apparently so. It's like, is this the same guy that names superheroes for Marvel? Like, really strong guy. Anyway, its intent was to stem the flow of guns into Mexico by interdicting?
Indicting?
Oh, is that what you meant?
Oh.
Indicting straw purchasers and gun traffickers within the United States. So...
Is that the right word? No, that's not the right word.
I don't know. What their intent was...
Been arrested and indicted.
Their intent was to follow the flow of guns into Mexico and catch the people selling the guns, right? Like they're trying to track the illegal gun trade.
Exactly.
By following guns that they allowed to be sold.
They knew
illegally.
where they entered the market,
right?
And from then they would. It was like an investment thing. They were waiting for it to pay off.
It's like when your doctor gives you an ink, injects ink into your bloodstream, and then it's able to go through your bloodstream and it checks where it goes. It's sort of like that.
All over.
But all over.
I mean, I don't know if you know this, but your blood goes.
Yeah, but
all
you
the
can
way
track
around.
it once it goes. Let's say it starts in your arm.
And it just wears out eventually, so they can track it a little ways, or how?
No, I think they do. They actually do it for like when they're testing your heart. You know, the health of your
see
heart.
how,
They'll start it like in your arm and watch like as it
how
goes into
quickly it
your
can,
heart
or
and
how
like if
good
there's
the-
any flow reduction.
All right.
Exactly.
See how quickly it progresses.
So.
All right. So, the stated goal of allowing these purchases was to continue to track the firearms as they were transferred to higher-level traffickers and key figures in Mexican cartels, with the exception that this would lead to their arrests and the dismantling of the cartels. This operation was questioned by many of the all-the-fuck agents themselves and cooperating licensed gun dealers.
That's right.
At its height, the ATF monitored the sale of about 2,000 firearms, and of those, only 710 were recovered.
Wow.
That is
You
an
must
F.
be kidding, aren't you?
That is an F. A number of the straw dealers had been arrested and indicted, but none of the high-level cartels have been arrested. I mean, that's just a flat-out fucking failure.
Yeah.
They accomplished nothing.
Yes.
That they
And
all they did was give over 1,000 weapons to the cartels.
That's it. Just said, here you go.
So we have a short little timeline here.
Let's do it.
All right.
Hold up.
Perfect. So April 2006 was the launch of Project Gunrunner. And then
I won't do it every single
October
time.
2009, Operation Fast and Furious begins. Now, when did the first movie come out? How does this coincide with the movies?
That's a good
Because did they name this project after the fucking movies? Because I know the first one was
like
out before 2009.
I would say.
Oh
yeah.
my God! So the project namer guy wasn't just the day off; he had like a decade off.
Well, just a quick aside. I did read somewhere that it was named after a car group that was named Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
they
you mean
were
the car group
they were
with Vin
some of
Diesel
the,
and Paul Walker?
Yeah, so it may be it. But
You
they
guys-
would move weapons.
You guys will be happy to hear that Fast and the Furious on IMDb is it says 2009.
The first one?
Yeah, that's right. The original.
There's no way the first one came out in 2009.
No,
because there's 8 of them, and it's only 2017.
No, I will.
There
I will
hasn't been
prove
one
to you
a
right
year.
now. It was at least 2001 because I was in 8th grade when I saw it. I'm
maybe
admitting
you're
that,
right.
and I remember.
You're looking at Fast and Furious, which is like the 6th or 7th, because they had to get smart with their names.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's the Fast.
All right,
and Furious,
so October 2009.
not Fast and Furious.
2009, the actual Fast and Furious operation began. Based on 2001.
Oh.
Yeah.
Based on a review
That's what I
of
was
Project
telling you
Gunrunner.
before.
All right, so then here's a big one. December 14th, 2010. Border Patrol agent Brian Terry is killed in the Arizona desert. 2 weapons are found near the shooting scene that were traced back to Fast and Furious.
What?
It's unknown whether they were used as the actual murder weapon, but still, 2 of the guns that were put in for this wonderful fucking plan were found near the body of a murdered patrol agent.
That's fucking
Wow.
crazy.
Weapons that they wouldn't have had otherwise.
Right. So, January 25th, 2011, the Department of Justice announces the end of Operation Fast and Furious. So that it lasted just over a year. Well done. With the indictments of 34 drug and firearm trafficking suspects. So they got 34 suspects.
But they're all low-level people. They didn't get any of the cartels, which was their goal.
No. Yeah. In May 3rd, 2011, Attorney General Eric Holder testifies for the first time before the House Judiciary Committee that he had first heard of Operation Fast and Furious only over the past few weeks. So this is May 2011, months after it was finally ended, almost 2 years after it started. He had just now heard about it. This is the Attorney General, just now heard about it. Then in June, the next month, 2011, whistleblowers testified before the House Oversight Committee. ATF agent John Dodson tells lawmakers, "I cannot begin to think how the risk of letting guns fall into the hands of known possibly advance any legitimate law enforcement interest."
No fucking shit. No fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great statement, but it seems pretty fucking obvious.
Well, they had to test the theory.
I guess you really got to try this shit out. You really.
Hey, how do you know I'm wrong?
No, you know what it was when it came down to the end of the year. They were like, "All right, we got this much money left in our budget. If we don't spend it, we're not going to get that much." Yeah, so that's what it was.
Yeah. Or maybe they didn't get their budget. How can we make more money? Let's sell guns to drug cartels. So then, October of 2011, investigators uncover memos indicating Attorney General Holder had known about Operation Fast and Furious for close to a year. Not a few weeks, as he said.
Now ain't that a bitch?
February 12th, 2012. Going into next year, Attorney General Holder testifies before the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee and denies any cover-up. So now it's perjury, because he's lying.
Under oath.
June
Well,
20th.
well. Look at you.
June 20th, 2012. Barack executive privilege over documents sought by the investigating committee, preventing further prosecution of Holder. So Obama stepped in, put the kibosh on this shit so this guy couldn't get prosecuted like he needed to be.
He stepped on in.
God damn it, Obama. You know, try so hard to defend that guy, and then shit like that comes out.
So another example of a conspiracy
You know what they
theory.
needed to do was actually call in Vin Diesel and his Fast and Furious team. Cartels handled.
I mean, you're right.
They've
taken out cartels in every single movie, so I think they could do this.
Well, tell me more. I've never seen any of those movies. So what would they do in that movie?
They get all these.
They don't just race with each other, and that's the
No,
movie.
the first one they just raced, and then the second one was in Tokyo, and they did drifting. And then by the third one, they were like hired to go on missions.
Oh, that's where it started.
And then I saw the seventh one where they're like fighting cops, and they have like they're dropping tanks, and they're doing all this crazy shit, and now they're like super secret agents. How they went from illegal street racers to super secret agents because the government doesn't have anybody they can hire. Just go in there, but with fast cars. We're sent in to take out this. I'm not really sure how that works out.
I never got those movies. It just never appealed to me with their vehicles and their.
I had to see number 7 because Tony Jaa was in jerking my gherkin. I mean, that's on them. And sometimes, I appreciate an audience.
Yeah, why not?
It makes you perform better.
I kind of wish they could give feedback, like give me an applause or, hey, man, why don't you slow down a little bit? Draw it out. Something.
All right. Take it easy, T. Slow down. You're making me happy here.
Ooh.
So there it is. Another example of how somebody says they are watching us. And guess what?
They are.
Exactly.
They absolutely are.
And I tell you, man.
Now ain't that a bitch?
Exactly. Here's another one. All right. This is a big one, you guys. It's one of my faves. That's right. By now, it's not a secret anymore that the Bilderberg Group,
the Bilderbergs,
a yearly gathering of members of business, political, and the social elite, actually exists. Until this year, any information you could find about this group was on conspiracy theory blogs and YouTube videos. Now, the Bilderberg Group has a website and posts about what's on the agenda. It even lists all who attend this year, although it doesn't list past recipients. It does list past meetings with agenda. Bill Clinton admitted to attending the meeting in '91, and he swears to the best of his knowledge that the North American Fair Trade Agreement, or NAFTA, which would come into effect 2 years later, wasn't discussed.
Oh, you should have held on to that.
All right, here's the answer. I happened to be in Europe then on my way to Russia. I was invited to go to Bilderberg by Vernon Jordan, a friend of mine and a genuine hero of the civil rights movement. And to the best of my knowledge, NAFTA was not discussed by anybody in my presence. I was talking to people who happened to be from Europe who did not give a rip about NAFTA.
Unauthorized citizens who negotiate with foreign governments having a dispute with the United States is punishable by law, and it's called the Logan Act. Although it's never been charged, many people believe that because of the mysterious nature of the group, there is more than just discussing going on within the walls of the Bilderberg Group. So
they're having more than like a meeting?
Yeah,
what else?
We don't know. But why would all these business elite, the social elite, and the political elite meet for no reason?
Maybe they just want to get away from everything. Like, just shut up in a hotel. Don't they rent the whole thing out essentially, like the whole property?
Not only that, they also they have lots of security, and a lot of that security is cops.
Like from the city?
The city cops, wherever they're at.
They hire them?
That's right. Yeah, they hire them. They keep people out, especially now that the Bilderberg Group is more...
they're more known.
They're known now. I mean, they put a website up, and they're not hiding the fact. And before, if you were like, for instance, Alex Jones was saying all about the Bilderberg Group since forever.
Mm-hmm.
Bilderberg Group, they're after you, blah, 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 blah.
All while turning red.
Yeah, every time Trump, oh yeah, he'd be Kool-Aid Man, Bottom line, you were called crazy if you believe that these super elite were going and meeting every year for a couple of days. And this happened just in June. We talked about it on the show. You guys know our distrust for the Bilderberg Group.
I feel any super secret meeting of incredibly elite people should be distrusted automatically.
Yeah. Nothing good can come of it.
Well,
there's a reason it's super secret.
I mean, we talked about that too.
True.
What do rich people do after they have everything? This man from
whatever the fuck they want.
Exactly. Yeah. The from Arizona, the Benson, Arizona case that we talked about on the news last week, where that guy was telling people how to avoid getting caught for their child pornography.
Right? Yeah, I remember listening to that.
And he said
it was just so fucked up.
Make
sure you hide your naked kid pictures on a separate hard drive. Don't have naked kid pictures.
Yeah. He's like, well, people are going to be people, Either way, this is what the people do, and he said it himself. I have so much money, I can keep this radio station going with no advertising.
Yeah, that's
true. If you got money, you can do that. You can make a movie like The Room if you got enough money. You can do whatever.
$6 million.
Do whatever you want.
Tearing me apart, Lisa.
You could do whatever you want if you got the money for it. Yeah. Sure.
And another example of a conspiracy theory that is proven to be now they're out. You can go to the Bilderberg Group or the Bilderberg meetings .org. They made now that could be a shell. That could be fake.
Yeah,
could be.
I think that enough people have known about it, and there's been enough of a buzz about it, they decided to throw a little bone.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think
give them a little bit at a time.
That's like the first layer of an onion as to what's really fucking going on. You know? That's what I think this website is. Like, oh, look, this is a
That's
meeting,
how
and
it
there's the people
starts.
here. But, like, I mean, yes, maybe they are meeting at that time. Maybe those are the people there. But is it going to tell you what they're actually talking about? Maybe a live feed of the meeting? Like a C-SPAN type thing? No, none of fucking that. It's just like Joe, Bob, Frank, Harry, Jake are going to sit around at this time, and there you go.
Yeah.
What are they discussing?
So
Do
maybe,
we know?
Maybe in time they'll give us a little bit more as public pressure.
I don't
comes
think
out.
that they
No?
would give us any real information. I think it's all going to be intentionally misleading. Like,
it's going to be
look
the
over
paper
here, look over
that's
here,
all
look over
blacked
here.
out.
Yeah, like this is what's going on. Make
Ah.
everybody look at this. Well, secretly over here, they're like
Well, that's kind of funny because
burrowing into the center of our hollow earth to kill the Atlanteans or whatever.
Right through the pole holes, baby.
Yeah.
Or the Asgardians. Asgardians, that's what I meant.
All
Either
right,
or,
Asgardians?
Asgard.
That's what Asgard was, yeah, because remember he said as you came up to the pole hole and fell into it and went into the reverse gravity, all the water spewing out of it would create the rainbow effect, thus the rainbow road to Asgard.
Oh shit! You really paid attention.
I
to
did,
that guy.
dude. I was into it. I just wanted to be able to ask him questions in the middle of it. Like that was my only issue with that whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
I was really fucking into that shit. I want to hang out with that dude and actually banter about this because.
Well, he
It's
doesn't
cool
completely.
shit.
He doesn't completely hate us anymore. So
Yeah.
Well, if
maybe-
he's still listening and hears that I keep bringing it up because of the shit I found cool, hopefully. Oh.
Hold up a second. Something went wrong here. I lost all transmission. Keep it going, guys.
Okay.
Let's see where we fell
Meeting
off
at that time. Maybe those are the people there, but is it going to tell you what they're actually talking about? Maybe a live feed of the meeting, like a
like
C-SPAN
C-SPAN.
type.
Keep going.
We're just going to cut in there?
Yeah, because it cut us off, dude. So I'll,
What the shit, man?
Here,
There was
I'll-
some gold in there.
Yeah, I know, dude. I noticed.
I mean, we've
you-
got the video.
Just be happy. I noticed this now. Hold up. So let's cut you back. You guys are getting this live on YouTube. Now they're out. You.
You know, that's what I think this website is. Like, oh look, this is a
That's
meeting.
how
and
it
there's the people
starts.
here. But like, I mean,
whenever
yes,
you're ready to
maybe
cut
they
it,
are meeting
okay?
at that time. Maybe those are the people there. But is it going to tell you what they're actually talking about? Maybe a live feed of the meeting,
C-SPAN.
like a
Like
C-SPAN
C-SPAN.
type thing. No,
I
none
don't
of
know we
fucking
were
that.
gonna
It's just
say
like
that.
Joe, Bob, Frank, Harry, Jake are going to sit around at this time, and there you go.
Yeah.
And that's
Nah,
it. Yeah, what are they discussing? What do they discuss? We don't know. We have no idea. They're not going to tell us what they fucking discuss. Like, what's the topic of the fucking meetings?
Yeah.
We don't get to know. And privileged information doesn't go well. I think that the whole website thing is just a fucking distraction. And while they have
disinformation.
while they have everybody looking over here at this website, thinking that like, oh look, they're telling us stuff. They're like secretly.
Yeah, truth be told, man, I
Plotting
thought,
all this shit.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, they're posting all their agenda. They're posting all the people that are going.
Like, does
out.
it give minutes or like meeting minutes and topics?
It doesn't do minutes, but it does say what's on the agenda, what we're going to be talking about.
Okay.
You know, and what I was saying is that they have all this security, local security from
Right.
policemen.
So we have to pay for the
them-
people to guard and keep us the fuck out of it.
So Bilderberg Group.
I mean, that's fucked up.
And
when
they're
you think
doing
about
more
it.
than just talking there. There's got to be some sort of policy that, you know, maybe they are just talking. That's how they get around it. But somehow or some way
Well,
maybe,
there's no way to know because that's just what they tell us.
Yeah. And that's what makes
But if
it,
that's all they're doing, then
I think that's what makes it so fascinating to the conspiracy theorists out
Just
there.
that we don't know.
that's really all they're doing, then what the fuck do they need so much security and secrecy for?
Yeah.
Well, they're world leaders.
Precisely.
There is that.
But if they're here for us, like every world leader, this is for you, we're doing this for you, this is how we can make things better for you, then what the fuck do you have to hide it all from us
Yeah.
for?
Exactly.
Like the goddamn, sorry to go up, but the fucking new health care bill. If it's so great, why the fuck does it need to be secret? Why are they meeting like
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Because all their
There's a vote on it next week, and there's been like a small percentage of Republican senators hiding away to write this fucking thing, and nobody has any idea. Obamacare was brought up 100 fucking times. and voted on. There were over 171 amendments made to it before they finally passed it. Like, it was out there in the open every step of the way.
On C-SPAN, you can watch it every single day of its own. Yeah, and we're not
and
getting
this
that.
is
changes.
all hidden. This is hidden from the fucking Senate. They don't even know what's going on with it. So if this great fucking wonderful health care bill for the benefit of America, why the fuck do they need to be a secret? What? Anyway, sorry.
Aren't you?
That's too current. That's not proven conspiracy theory. But why the fuck do they need to be so secretive about it if it's so awesome?
Am I wrong?
Because
you're
because
not
it
wrong.
loses its awesomeness if they give you a little bit of time. You can piece it together. They want to just smack in
Just
the face.
come out and be like, oh my God, look, people, I can actually have health care. That's not at all what they're going to say.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Sorry.
Another example. This is how much it fires us up, you know? And what do we know that's out there right now? I mean, right now, all the conspiracy theories that we're hearing are bullshit, and we know that they're bullshit. But there's a couple out there that are still going on.
Horse pig is real.
Horse pig is real. I don't like that name, man. Horse pony? No.
Work in progress. Pig pony?
Pony pig? Pig pony?
Pig pony.
Yeah, that might happen.
That's closer. We'll get there. We'll get there.
gonna
All
go.
right.
Anyways.
We're dialing it in. Please, everybody, send us emails and leave comments telling us what you think this tall, skinny pig should be called.
Don't say spider pig. That sounds
Slender
stupid.
pig? Instead of Slender Man, Slender Pig.
Well, it hasn't made two teenage girls kill somebody.
It has not
yet.
done that.
So.
It did almost make me kill myself by swerving off the road, but...
All right. Well, we are talking about conspiracy theories that become our real life things. So we're gonna end with
a real life thing.
I'm saying that weird. I'm getting drunk at this point. But we're talking about events that were considered conspiracy theories, but turn out to be nonfiction at the end. Well, after evidence, after documents that come out, and this is the biggest one of them all, by far. And it's leading us into next...
Bigger than Fast and the Furious?
It's huge.
Huge?
Believe me.
Much bigly.
It is much bigly, okay? What I want to tell you guys here is that we're going to be continuing this further on in July when this actually happens. So this is Bohemian Grove. We're going to be talking about it.
Bohemian Grove.
And it's gaining so much popularity that if you watch a TV show called House of Cards, you will hear this on episode 8 of season 5.
Yeah. Look around. Some of the most powerful men in the world are gathered in this clearing. Members of one of our country's most exclusive clubs. Invitation only, unless, of course, you invite yourself. They gather here to seek God between the branches of these magnificent trees. They eat together, they piss next to each other, and they carve up the world like a Sunday roast. This is where the real power is.
Was that Tyrone?
That's Kevin Spacey.
That was Kevin Spacey?
That's Kevin Spacey.
God damn, that didn't sound like him at all.
Well, what do Richard Nixon, Ronald Reagan, Alex Jones, and Harry Kissinger have in common?
Ooh, they're all fake.
No, they were all once somebody else. No, they have.
They're actually aliens inside of a suit.
They are actually. No, that was better than mine. Okay. They have all penetrated the thick foliage.
Ooh, penetrated.
That's right. In the deep redwood forest, just 2 hours north of San Francisco.
Penetrate your redwood.
They went and visited the Bohemian Club. Quiet now. All on that list, excluding Alex Jones, are members of the club. And every July, the elite gather from around the country and for 2.5 weeks enjoy some fun in the sun. Nothing to worry about here, huh?
That's where all those rich Republicans go up and stand naked against redwood trees, right?
Is it just the country? I thought it was around the world.
It's all around, well, you know, all we really know are people around the country.
All right, fair.
So in 1981, ABC ran a news piece on the Bohemian Grove. In this report, we learned for the first time that many political figures are members and attend yearly. It also describes the cremation of care ceremony. Many would call it a mock human sacrifice. Whatever you want to call it, it starts the first night of the 2-week hangout.
It's like the orientation.
So in July 1967, Nixon wrote in his memoirs about a lakeside speech at Bohemian Grove. And we're going to play a clip as read by the legendary Mark Dice.
If I were to choose the speech that gave me the most pleasure and satisfaction in my political career, it would be my lakeside speech at the Bohemian Grove in July 1967. Because this speech traditionally was off the record, it received no publicity at the time, but in many important ways, it marked the first milestone on my road to the presidency.
So,
The Bohemian Grove that I attended.
is this the first road and the first stop to presidency? Do you have to speak at Bohemian Grove? And if so, what would that really mean for this statement that he has here?
How do you get invited to it? Even to...
Obviously from a member. We'll get into this more.
All right. That's right. Next month. Next month.
What goes on there is not to be talked about outside the camp. What happens at Bohemian Grove stays in Vegas.
Oh.
Oh, wait. What?
In Bohemian
what happens
Grove.
in Vegas stays in Bohemian... Damn it.
What happens in Vegas stays in Bohemian Grove. Well, in the summer of 2000, Alex Jones supposedly secretly stumbled onto the campgrounds. In his documentary...
Intentionally or accidentally?
Intentionally.
Like he...
But he secretly stumbled.
Okay. So it wasn't a stumble. He secretly breached.
Infiltrated,
And it also was... And it also was... secret, too. Sorry.
But it was a breach, not a stumble.
No, but it was also supposed.
I mean, he was out looking for it.
Right.
Again, we'll get into this more into the next episode there. In his documentary, Inside Bohemian Grove, he claims to have filmed the Muke. In his documentary... I'm sorry.
This sounds like a slur.
Let me try this again. In his documentary, Inside Bohemian Grove, he claims to have filmed the mock human sacrifice to cremation of care. Jones claims that he simply just walked in, did his secret filming, and wasn't spotted leaving.
So they need a wall.
Well, now it's 2000. That was 17 years ago. They have definitely boosted up.
Well, and with Trump president now,
security.
there's walls going up.
Yes.
You know, so
You got
popping up
they're gonna
everywhere.
have a wall.
And who
But every
knows?
wall has a big, beautiful door. So
We don't know.
We
We don't know if Donald Trump actually attended this meeting either. So it could have been his first step to presidency.
He's been in the millionaire elite club for long enough. I'm sure he's
probably been there a couple times.
He's probably been there.
He's got a jacket.
He seems like the type of guy that wants to hang out with rich dudes, smoke cigars, and pee on a tree.
I think that too.
I mean, I would do it.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I pee on trees. It doesn't.
I
there's
pee on
nothing-
trees anyway.
There's no more like freedom besides riding a motorcycle and pissing on trees.
At the same time? How do you do that?
Wow. I mean, wind.
Trust
alone.
me, it happens. Believe me, it's terrific.
Wow, I mean
it's the greatest feeling you ever
that's
felt.
impressive.
All right, so prior to that, Spy magazine writer Philip Weiss spent some 7 days in the camp posing as a guest, which led to his November 1989 article Inside Bohemian Grove, which is also titled the same as Alex Jones' documentary, in which he wrote, "You know you are inside the Bohemian Grove when you come down a trail in the woods and hear piano music from amid a group of tents, and then round a bend to see a man with a beer in one hand and his penis in the other, urinating onto the bushes."
So that's how you know you're in Bohemian
That's
Grove?
how you know you're in Bohemian Grove.
I mean,
When
that
you
sounds
hear
like
piano-
just general camping.
When you
Yeah,
see-
then
Well, minus
Bohemian
the-
Grove
minus the
is
piano.
right down the road.
Minus the piano.
Weiss also noted hundreds of cigars whose smokers had ignited them in defiance of California Forest Service posted warnings. Serious.
They should all get a ticket.
No fucks given at the
Like
Grove.
$100 fine for all of them.
So what really goes on there?
We'll find out next month.
We will continue this in July when it's actually happening,
Goddamn right we will.
and hopefully
Let's start a Kickstarter campaign right now to send field reporter Nick Ryder to the Redwoods in Northern California so I can accidentally stumble into Bohemian Grove.
I'm on it.
Dude, I don't
Because
think
I can hang out and smoke cigars and drink and piss on shit with the best of them. They won't even know that I don't belong
I don't
there.
think you're gonna get very far, dude. Alex Jones can't get in there, and he was the man who got.
He
in
did
there.
get in there.
But that's supposedly. And I have,
allegedly.
I have an argument about it, which we will get into in July.
All right.
But you know, like I said, we will continue this in
I'm
July.
willing to do this for the show.
But as a teaser, let's here's one excerpt from a tape released, recorded from within the Oval Office. Richard Nixon comments on the Bohemian Grove.
Tricky dick.
The others have come there. But it is the most faggot goddamn thing you will ever imagine on San Francisco crowd because it's just terrible.
He is not digging that.
I couldn't make out much, but I did hear the most faggy goddamn thing you could ever imagine.
That's exactly what
I did
he
get
says.
that part of it.
Unfortunately, it's not PC anymore. But when was Richard Nixon ever
PC? Unless that stands for piece of crap, in which case always. No? That stands for crap, in which case always. Get it? Because PC?
Piece of crap.
Piece of crap. Or even pizza crap, which if you've eaten an entire pizza in one sitting like me, you know what that pizza crap is like.
Oh, I've done that before.
Don't I know it? Let's do some news, you guys.
All right.
Got the news with Nick and Lowe's.
That's right.
We coming at you, coming with
the light.
We got the news. We got the news. That's right. We got the news. We got the news. Yeah. We got the news with Nick and Lowe's.
And Brandon. All right, you guys. I got this article off of Rolling Stone, and I've done nothing but hear about everyone's opinion on this lately. And I'd like to hear what your opinion on is on this, guys. So, Rolling Stone, comes right out of Rolling Stone. You can get it anywhere you want. This is a bunch of news, but I prefer Rolling Stone. They are a credible source for news like this.
I mean...
But after a 7-day bench trial, Michelle Carter has been found guilty of involuntary manslaughter for urging her boyfriend, Conrad Roy III, to commit suicide via text message. And this has been a weird thing for me.
Hotly debated.
It's totally highly debated. She gets convicted for involuntary manslaughter just for simple text. Telling someone to do something. It wasn't
one simple text. It was a series of them.
Yes, you're right. And
now, what you're not...
Go ahead.
Do you have more to add to the story?
Go ahead.
Okay, what you're not putting into the story is she was texting with him while he was sitting in the truck in the garage filling up with carbon dioxide.
That's right.
Knowing that he was dying. Texting him, telling him to say, and at one point he got out of the truck, and she texted him to get back into it.
Now
now that's a lot different.
This is where I come from on this part. Now, does she actually know that, or is this something that a broken up couple where this guy's like, I'm gonna kill myself? Does she actually know? Does she have a camera? No.
Well,
like, dude, you
okay, but when the cops find him dead in...
That's... Okay, you're dodging. That's way after the point. We're talking about in the moment.
I'm not dodging.
I got you. She's got no physical hard evidence. She just knows that she's texting him something and he's responding.
How does she know that he's actually doing this thing? You know, I can tell you right now, hey, go fuck yourself, go to hell, Nick. Fuck you. I'll tell you how to kill yourself. Hey, go right there to my under my kitchen. Go under my kitchen sink. I got some bleach. Drink a cup of that. You know, why don't you? Just fucking do it. You know, I see you right now, and I know you're not doing it. But if you're on the phone and you're going, I'm fucking so depressed. I'm so sad that you divorced me or you got rid of me.
So
or
you're
whatever.
saying it's totally okay for this woman to...
No, I'm not saying that this is okay, but we're not seeing that she got convicted for involuntary manslaughter. She's
At least it was not like blatant homicide, which I think it should have been.
Well, see, that's where you're coming from, the homicide thing. It's like, dude, she had no idea if he was actually doing that. He was being melodramatic. He's done it. He's tried.
Well, it's like sexting with someone. How do you know they're actually so turned on right now?
Theater of the mind, man.
Right.
Theater of the mind.
I guess so, but she knew he was suicidal.
Oh, right. But come on, dude. I knew guys growing. These were teenagers. You know, when they say they're suicidal, they're. You know, a lot of it's a cry for help mostly.
If they're going through with it, even if it's going along with it, when he says, okay, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore, you don't go, no, you get back in that fucking truck.
Yeah,
and then when the cops show up and find him dead in a truck from fucking CO2 poisoning.
Do you think she had that,
did she go,
moment?
Oh my God, it was real? I had no idea.
Well, yeah, dude, I think that's more realistic than her actually knowing that he's going to, oh, fuck you, go kill yourself. That sounds way more factual than this person having all this mental ability.
People are fucked up. People are super fucked up. I'm reading about. Did you ever hear about the Lululemon, that athletic store, Lululemon?
Oh yeah.
There were the murders outside of Washington D.C. I can't remember the name of the suburb of Washington D.C. But this fucking Lululemon store there was one employee found dead, and the other one was like handcuffed and raped, but still clinging to life. And they've investigated and found out, like, she had the story that these two men came in and attacked him and did all blah, blah, blah. It turns out she fucking murdered the other employee.
Wow. And
murdered her, bludgeoned her over 300 times with different instruments. But they had, like, these size 14 men's shoes in the store for whatever, like just one random pair of shoes for fitting purposes or something. So she put on these men's shoes, went into this pool of blood from the lady she just murdered like an inkwell and traipsed shoe marks all over the store.
Wow.
And then zip-tied her own hands and beat herself up and laid down in the bathroom and waited for the cops to show up to play victim. People are this fucked up.
Wow. That's my kind of girl.
Wow.
This is a thing. This really fucking happened. So people are this fucked up. So yes, this woman could have known that he was committing suicide and gone with it.
You're saying woman. When this happened, she was 17 years old.
Okay, this teenager, but still, people are this fucked up. This shit happened.
I can see that.
I can't argue with that. Roy's suicidal thoughts went public on the final day of court proceedings, which was live streamed. In 2 undated notes, he told both his father, Conrad, and Carter that he would see them, quote, someday in heaven. He told his father
No, not if he believes in heaven and then committed suicide. He knows better. He ain't going there.
He told his father that he could not take the pain, and that's quote, of course, and that he could, quote, did this to be happy, unquote. He thanked Carter for her kindness, which is the girl that's being convicted of this. Quote,
so kind.
I love you and really appreciate your effort. So things like that come out. I love you and I really appreciate your effort. And then she says, go kill yourself and all that stuff. It's like, does she really know? I mean, this sounds like a guy I know growing up. But listen to this. That he would say, someday I'll see, someday in heaven, I'll see you someday in heaven. That doesn't mean tomorrow. I'm going to kill myself today. Like, that's a general term.
No, but if a 17-year-old kid comes up, is like, okay, Dad, I'll see you someday in heaven, that's like a pretty freaky and call for help type goodbye. That's not, okay, I'll see you tomorrow, I'm going to the gym, or like I'm going out with my friends and you'll be asleep by the time I get home. That's not like a casual, hey, check you later type of thing.
I'll definitely see you several more times before then.
Yes.
Maybe they
like, he walks in during brunch and is like, hey, I'll see you someday in heaven. Like, if you're in your teens, that is absolutely definitely like, so you're killing yourself? Like, that would be immediately what I think.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe they had a very heavily influenced Christian.
They could, and they'd be like,
upbringing.
yes, son, you are right. Many
Yes.
years from now, when we both die completely naturally, we will see each other in heaven. But what an ignoramus father would that be? Like,
I'm sure there's some out there.
There are ignoramuses.
Just
I'm
like
sure.
the woman who killed the employee, beat herself up. I mean, they're out there.
Right,
So,
right. There
okay.
are all types.
My kind of girl. It was July 13th,
Well,
2014.
Murderers always have their wives on the outside, the women that are so infatuated with the murderer life that they like get it. So you now can be the first convicted murderer husband.
That's right, baby. That's right. Okay.
Sorry.
He's kidding, of course, but
I don't know. Are you?
I'm totally kidding.
Because if you're not, you can do this.
But if she's got that much, like, think about what would go through your mind. Okay,
I know. Think about the dedication.
That's what I'm talking about. She
used a number of different things, from tools to knives. She even used one of the little hooks you use to hang shelves. The little display hooks.
Well, yeah, what are those? Whatever they are.
Where they have like the little divots and you just slide them in wherever, like in pegboards.
Pointy.
Oh my gosh, she used all sorts of stuff. They found, anyway, sorry.
Well,
we can do a whole episode on this thing.
This is where the dedication comes in. Like, she
over 300 wounds
to herself.
To the murder victim had
murder.
over 300 wounds. She had like a little cut on her forehead and some bruises.
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me she like fucked herself up.
No, she fucked the other girl up with, I think there were 13 different weapons.
Wow.
13. Well, she must have hated that bitch.
I know.
Yeah, there was a story there. It wasn't just
I know.
random.
This wasn't just like, I hate you. Like, no, she went around the stores like, I bet I can hit her with this. No, I don't like that.
Yeah.
How about this?
Not bloody enough.
So this happened a couple of years ago. This was it happened July 30th, 2014, but actually that was when the 18-year-old Roy's body was found inside of his black Ford F-250 parked in Fairhaven, Massachusetts, in the Kmart parking lot. He had rigged a gasoline-powered water pump to release carbon monoxide into his truck and ultimately into his lungs. He stepped out of the truck at one point and talked with Carter, who instructed him to get back in the vehicle. Now, this was the line that she crossed.
Right.
That made it for her to be convicted, I believe.
Okay.
It has to have been because he stepped out at one point, called homegirl and said, Any last fucking words, girl? Like,
No,
I'm
he
doing
said
this.
he was stopping. I thought he was getting out. Like, I'm getting out. I want to stop this.
So, okay.
And she talked him back into it.
But you see, now you're helping the other argument that I had is that, like, she's now saying this because she doesn't know if he's doing it or not. She's
No, I'm not helping
there.
that argument
She's
you
not-
have. I'm helping the argument that she wants this guy to kill himself, and when he's trying to stop doing it, she is talking him
when
to
I say
go
that,
back in
I
and
mean,
finish it.
I mean, when you're a fucking individual and you make your own fucking choices, like.
But she knew he was mentally unsound. She knew this about him.
You have to prove that, though. Like, that is
I
way
mean, it
hard
was
to
known
fucking
though
prove.
among like
Yeah,
all
it
the
was-
family. I mean, I think at that point, they,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
no,
it's
you
known.
can say, oh yeah, or my son seemed suicidal, but that's not fucking proof, dude. Do they have pictures of him from previous times of trying to slice his wrist? Or
So you're
anything
saying
like,
no? I'm just saying like
there's no prior evidence besides words that he is he tried to kill himself.
There
before.
are multiple text messages and phone calls between the two during this, and you're gonna say it's okay that she just like I thought it was just this great joke we were pulling off. It was a joke for like hours.
No.
I had no idea he was actually killing himself. Oh my word, my stars! He was actually killing himself. I had no idea.
How dare you talk to me like that?
I mean, there's enough fucking evidence there. Like, you can only pull the I didn't know he was actually doing it bullshit card for so long before it's like, no, bitch, you were talking him into it.
Okay.
Well, I think when he
There's
called
got to
her,
be a statute of limitations here.
Well, hold up a second with that statue thing. You're right. I can't really get on her side too much, except for the fact that, like, I want to try to look at it from her side. Now, believe it or not, there's not that many girls.
How long does that go on before you go, okay, this isn't funny anymore, stop?
Well,
if you're like a real normal person,
the
okay,
time-
this
hold up a
joke
second,
isn't
Nick.
funny, stop.
Yeah, that point comes to the point. It happens once you read it in the papers and you're like, oh, this guy was fucking for real. But there's real hate in people, and saying something to do something does not count as actual
but she
things.
didn't-
Like, I know that
This wasn't just one text, hey, kill yourself.
Right.
This was an entire conversation during it.
But that comes from like that guy hitting her back up, and she's getting annoyed. She's probably trying to move on with her life. They're 17 years old, for Christ's fucking sake.
Okay,
you know?
but you're not going to sit there and have a conversation about how, okay, I'm sitting in my truck, I'm killing myself now. Good.
Dude,
At what point do you morally
okay, hold
have
up
to
a second.
step
I don't
in?
want to get too crazy, but could you imagine if you were in a fight with your girlfriend or your wife?
It wouldn't
at this
go on
point?
that long.
Yeah, but that's you. Let's keep working to the extreme.
So
here.
you're saying she's mentally off as well.
Let's say that she, with the knowledge you have of her now, that she's not crazy. You're, but she one day, you guys get in a big old fucking fight, and she's super depressed. She goes, "I'm sitting in my car in the garage with the windows down," and you're like, "Yeah, whatever." It sounds like a cry for help, you know? Doesn't that sound like what's going on in this situation? It's a cry for help, and she does not give a fuck about it.
If
Go ahead.
I was that pissed off, I could see myself doing a whatever. Like, I don't believe you text.
You know what? And in the court,
One,
that
like,
is beyond
whatever.
a shadow
No.
of a doubt. That is beyond a shadow of a doubt.
But
in
that's
court.
not kill yourself. Sit in that truck. Get back in that truck. There's a huge fucking difference between I don't believe you and do it.
But what you just said right there, that's beyond a shadow of a fucking doubt, and that should have been thrown out in court right there. I think I should have been the lawyer for that one.
No, that's bullshit.
No, because you admit it. You said in some little world, if that fucking happened, you'd say whatever.
Okay, but if she kept conversing with me the entire time, that would have changed.
You're backtracking now, but you didn't say that in the beginning. That proves, right? Well, I won't say
it doesn't
I
at
won't say it
all.
proves.
You are absolutely fucking full of shit. Look, you're fucking wrong. If in this hypothetical situation that Laura's pissed off, she's like, okay, I'm sitting in the garage with the car running and the windows down, and I'm going to kill myself. Like, I wouldn't believe that she would do it. I wouldn't believe that. Stop.
Okay. Wait,
Because
what if you said?
But no, stop.
Hold
Shut
a
up.
second.
Let me.
This will let you keep going, though. This will let you keep going. What if you were like?
Do I know that, like this guy? Do I know she has a history of suicide attempts?
I think
like
that has a big
that's
part.
a
honestly,
huge fucking.
But
point.
what I'm saying, but come on, they're fucking teenagers. That shouldn't even take account. Like I was a
Okay,
teenager
but he's
saying
done
the
it
same
before,
bullshit.
and he has tendencies for it.
There's no proof of that. Only words. I don't. Show me the pictures of him with his sliced fucking wrists. That's all I'm saying. There's no proof of that. You can say that all day long. There's no hard proof. But let's say she said that. Okay, I'm in the fucking garage. I'm killing myself. You were saying, oh, whatever. And you test her. Why don't you fucking...
No, I would never do that.
Well, that's you.
But she was already
Okay, but this
mentally
girl did.
unstable,
You
correct?
are pissed off. You guys are
Right.
both pissed off about this
I
whole
know.
thing.
So we're both pissed off, and she says something. I'd be like, whatever. Like I wouldn't believe it. But then if she keeps talking about it, I wouldn't engage in an ongoing conversation about it the entire time. And when she says, okay, I'm getting out of the car to stop this, I wouldn't say, no, get the fuck back in and finish.
That's where your line...
That's where the line is.
No, that's where
This
you're...
isn't a we're upset with each other and I don't believe it. This is she was talking to him the entire time and told him to get back in.
Okay, you're fair enough. What if she kept blowing up your phone? Which we don't know exactly how this kept going on, but what if he kept fucking blowing it up?
Well, then I would think this might be real, and I would actually be concerned and do something about it.
Nah. See, now you're... I don't believe that 1 minute. Come on, you gotta think...
Bullshit.
Think in the mind of her for a moment. Even if you hate her, you don't agree with her any.
Wait,
any
her
percent,
as in the girl we're talking about?
As in the girl we're talking
Okay.
about. What's her name? Carter. I think her name is Carter. Last name is Carter.
Murder McGee?
Murder McGee. Carter Murder McGee. Like, think about her for a second. We don't think about her in this instance, and I do. I have sympathy because I don't feel that she committed.
She doubted it so much that she went along. It wasn't joking. It wasn't ha-ha. She went along with it and talked him into it.
I have to
talked him through it.
I have to agree
and
with.
forced him to go through with it.
I have to agree with you.
There was no joking. She didn't have the crazy understanding that it was just a joke.
Okay, how about this? This is a great one. What if she did this? This all happened, but he was kidding about it. Could he charge her for attempted murder, attempted involuntary manslaughter?
No. Then he's a fucking asshole.
Well, right, you're correct. No doubt
no,
about
no.
that.
Is that? I don't know if you can charge somebody with
if she was
attempted
like-
manslaughter.
if she was
manslaughter deems that it's like almost
A
not
man was
necessarily.
slaughtered.
No, you can charge from someone for attempted manslaughter.
You can.
Really? You can?
Yes,
Oh,
there
okay.
is attempted manslaughter for sure.
I mean, that's
and,
a tough
I mean,
one.
there could be a solid case because she was. I don't think she was joking. Like I think she was serious about this, and there's maybe one or two texts between them. I could see like she doesn't believe him and she's pissed off. She's like, fine, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kill myself. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. I'm
You
pissed
just blow
off.
it
at you,
off.
whatever.
Blow it off. And second,
But
third,
you
fourth,
don't
fifth
carry
message.
on. You don't carry on an entire conversation about do this, sit in the fucking truck. Like there was full on.
Well, I think the tipping
communication.
point. I think the tipping point was when he got out, and what you said that he called her. Like at that point, if she didn't know that he was kidding, like she should have, because he would have obviously been somewhat delirious and probably a little sounding a little drunk.
And you could have heard the fucking truck running in the
Probably,
background.
yeah. I mean, I think after that point, had
come
he
on.
not gotten out, that's kind of where
I mean
stand at
that's
that.
the clincher because when I read about this story, that was the one. That was the clincher. It's like he tried to get out and stop it, and she talked him back into it. And that's when the manslaughter part comes in.
But hey, I mean, she was 17 years old, probably doesn't have a record. She might get a few years and then get out on probation.
When
I
an
mean,
well, I'll tell you
Dude,
what,
when an annoying-
nobody's gonna date her.
Can you see that on her OkCupid? You know,
Yeah, right.
Walking
What's
my
your
dog.
Tinder profile look like?
Charged with
I
manslaughter.
like dudes that sit in trucks.
Anyways, guys, man, see, I knew.
That's a hot topic.
I knew we could definitely have something to say about that one. One more news story, you guys. So, in North Korea, we had a U.S. citizen visit, and
that's right.
We
So
didn't
sad.
have him, but he visited on his own, and he wanted to take something home for his friend, and he wanted to steal a propaganda poster from an employee area of the hotel he was at. Well, homeboy was caught. He was convicted in North Korea.
It's not a good place
and
to be
had to
convicted
serve.
in.
No, fuck no. You might as well get.
Might as well climb into a truck.
You might as well fucking throw yourself under a bus. Just jump under. Just run in traffic. You might as well.
Yeah.
You know.
So wait, he was stealing the propaganda poster.
Yeah. Just
Wouldn't they want that to get out?
A piece of paper. That's good. That's good. That's good thinking right there. However, he was convicted, and sentenced to 15 years of hard goddamn labor.
Goddamn labor. Even.
Goddamn labor. Well, he was released just the other day.
After 15 years, did the whole 15?
No, he did not.
It was like 7 or 8,
He
right?
did not do...
Good behavior.
He actually did 17 months.
Only 17 months.
17 months. Now, I'm not sure...
way misheard.
I'm not sure how exactly we got him back.
But now he's...
It was
there was some serious mental damage done to this poor man.
Well, he was released with severe neurological trauma following the months spent in a coma. Homeboy has passed away.
This isn't just hard labor if you're put into a coma.
Yeah.
Like, there are bludgeonings or worse happening.
Mm-hmm. What was the
he wasn't
for
put
it?
into an internment camp. He was put into fucking like a POW camp or something. Like, this kid was beaten and tortured, I would assume.
Probably drugged as well.
Right.
You know, poisoned over time.
So shout out to Otto Warmbier. Warmbier. That's his name, is Warmbier.
Yeah.
No one likes a warm beer, though.
Hey, and it's I before E.
it is you, yeah. I before E. Well, his name is E before I.
My name is E before I.
Yeah, except after R.
Well, there is a C in Nick, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Unless you spell it N-I-K.
Much.
I mean, it's a different word, but I don't know if the rule applies or not.
But my last name is German, so they're the English laws don't apply.
Right, that is correct. There, yeah, man.
Try to spell German fucking words seriously. I mean, it's a crapshoot.
I don't know what makes.
Right.
Well, could you think about this, dude? You were in North Korea. I don't know.
Well, first off,
why would you go there? First of all,
exactly.
unless you're Dennis Rodman.
And I've been hearing because of this, I've heard that they're wanting to ban U.S. citizens from going to North Korea.
As you should. Why not? Okay.
And I'm like, okay, we know that North Korea is like the most closed off, sheltered, unaware of the actual rest of the world nation on the fucking planet.
They don't even have Netflix.
They don't understand how the rest of the world works. They don't even know how much of the rest of the world there even is out there.
No.
They have no fucking idea. They're so sheltered. They're like the people under the stairs. Why the fuck would you want to go there?
I have no idea.
Go to South Korea. South Korea's cool. You can hang out. It's great. It's groovy. Have a wonderful time. Why in the fuck would anybody be like, you know what? I'm going to go vacation in North Korea. I hear that dictatorship is really cool. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, what?
Like, why? So, I mean, I agree. We should not go there. I don't necessarily
I mean, we as Americans now, we can't go to Cuba
right
now.
I don't
But you can go to North Korea.
I don't necessarily think that the government needs to stop. Oh, no, you can't go there. I just don't think that
Why
anybody
would a sane
want
person
want to
go?
there.
Right.
But, yeah, They're not. I mean, don't you remember the fucking guy? What was that? God damn it! Where was he? Weird Al made a fucking bit about him. Like, got caught spraying graffiti and got caned.
He got caned. Yeah.
Was
Once there was this guy who took a trip to Singapore and brought along his spray can.
That's right.
Well,
He got caught and they fucking beat the shit out of
they
him.
caned him, dude. Now that's proper punishment for somebody
Right.
in a
Okay. So
country.
this is what we do in our country when you
Right.
do something like this, and you did this in our country. So I'm okay. Like,
Well,
sorry, dude, you got your ass hit with a cane. My bad, but you
Also-
fucked up their laws in their country, and that's what they
I think
do.
anybody traveling to another country, you need to, be
Understand
informative about
how
the
that
laws.
country
Yeah,
works.
like him thinking he could steal a propaganda poster, like he should have probably known better in such a tightly
dude,
controlled.
you're in North Korea.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be there in the first
You
place.
can't breathe in North Korea without saying. Kim
Well,
Jong-un,
let's
Kim
look at
Jong-un.
it. Let's look at it his way. Maybe when he was there,
He
didn't
thought he could
see
get away with it and he'd
Hold
be a
up
fucking
second.
hero.
No, he maybe it was presented to him as like in that movie, The Interview, or that Vice interview where he went to North Korea and they show right. Like they probably showed you. They drove you through the part of town where they fixed up. So that you see this.
which they do.
That one road.
The one road, and they have a grocery store that looks like it's full, but when you get actually to it, it's just fucking painted on bullshit. Like, he probably thought he was in a world where, oh, this is a great country and they treat their people well. They won't mind if I take this piece of paper. And then they're like, you fucking fell for it.
No,
we want to take you.
I think it's more, I don't know, that total bro attitude. Like, I bet she's totally busy helping this person over here. I can hop over this counter, back there in the employee area and grab that fucking poster. Didn't you say it was an employee-only area?
Yeah, it was. But that's in a hotel, though, man.
Right. So
it could have been like at a door. No one was around. And
so he's like, yeah, I can totally I'll be a fucking stud when I get back to my frat bros.
And who knows?
I'm going to show back up at Kappa Delta Phi.
But I don't
and
think
with this fucking
I think it was
poster.
I think it was discovered at the airport. It wasn't discovered at where he was.
So he got away with it he got away from the scene.
Customs, man.
I want to imagine that story, but that is unclear. I'm sorry.
Then he got to the airport and they were like,
but
man, North Korean airports cannot, like, LAX has really lax security, and that's what LAX stands for.
Really lax security?
Lax. MCI, however, has the strictest security I've ever been through. I imagine that North Korea is so fucking worse. Like, they're not just looking for over 3 ounces of liquid or like a tool that's over 6 inches long or any of the things. Like, it's fucking North Korea. I mean, it's a complete and utter dictatorship. They can absolutely grab every single person and rifle through your bags and do whatever the fuck they want to you without any cause or without any reason. Why in the fucking fuck would you try to smuggle anything out of there knowing that
I get it. Come on, man.
They're going
you could
they're
bring
going to
something home.
fist your anal cavity to search for stuff. Like,
well, maybe he didn't know that. Like I said, you got to imagine he probably got the
he
good
just
side of things.
Never heard about North Korea for the past 40 years.
That's why he wanted to go there.
He had no idea.
And he was.
He didn't pay attention in history class, and those who don't study history are doomed to repeat history.
Maybe he was.
Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. All right, you're not wrong. Anyways, we're digressing, you guys.
I know, but I mean, I feel bad for the kid, definitely, because he came home incredibly fucked up. Like, he will never be the same again, and that's awful. But North Korea, man, don't go there. And when you go there, don't fuck with shit.
Yeah, I got you.
Pretty fucking much, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you can try to get stuff through airports here because the TSA will stop every 15th person for a certain, or what? I mean, whatever. But North Korea doesn't
that's all
have
you need to say.
Diplomatic rules. Period.
Mm-hmm.
And they will do whatever the fuck they want for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And they will continue until we do something about it. Or they won't. Who knows, man?
There's going to be another Kim Jong coming
there always will be.
We're going to need an enemy, and that's pretty much how that's going to fucking go, you guys.
War's a profitable business.
Yes, we always do need an enemy.
Yeah,
and it's even better when there's just the threat of war, not even an actual war, because that costs too much money.
And when the threat goes away, we're going to have to start one.
Mm-hmm.
So Dick Cheney can make money. Oh, wait, that was the last one. Sorry. Cheney needed money. And guess what? He got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, guys.
Are we at the end?
It sounds like it's coming up to the end, you guys. We have been Emergency Exit. Thank you for joining us today.
It was great to be back. I'm glad I was back.
Thank you, Nick, for being back.
I really missed having an output for me to just spout off angrily about things.
Hits that release valve. And
it
just
really
gets
does.
It all
just
out.
like I hear about something, I'm like, no, fuck this. I have something to say.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work as well when I'm sitting at home by myself, so I'm glad I have an outlet.
Yeah, you have an audience.
You're very welcome, Nick.
Yeah, full circle. We came back around. An audience helps.
Well, I gotta hurry this up because we're almost at the end.
Oh.
But if you like our content, check us out on iTunes. We're on Facebook, Twitter. Email us. We've been live streaming on YouTube. Nick's going to be around town. If you want to check him out Ryder Guitar on Twitter. But for Nick, for Brandon, I'm Los. There's always money in the banana stand. That's